Good evening everyone, welcome back to Witch in the Woods here on the Yogscast Complete Pack server. So, last time we almost managed to finish up getting our werewolf. So, we're going to finish that off first thing. For that, we are going to need what is known as a genome incubator. So let me see, where is it? Oop, that's not nice, that's bees. Nope. There we are, that's the genome incubator. So, for this, we're going to need 4 case components, a comparator circuit component, a glowstone circuit component, a fan component, a power supply component, and a computer. Not the cheapest of things to put together, but we can do it. At this point, we have virtually limitless, ingredients anyway, so that's not a huge thing. The main problem is that the transistors take forever to actually, craft. But we can manage. We can manage. So we're just gonna wait for this to actually turn up. Let me see, what was the other ones that we needed? Comparator and glowstone. Okay, well there's glowstone, and comparator should be there. Okay, those are the easy ones to get, honestly. Those are the really quick and cheap ones. And let me see, then we need a power supply and a fan. And I believe the organization is such as that. Okay, genome incubator. So, what this does is it allows you to take the new genomes that you've made inside of your computer mainframe, and just plunk this here, and then you need just chicken eggs and a sequenced genome, and you probably need an actual lever on top of this because it's in need of heat. So let's just add that. Right, my throat's a little wonky, don't worry. So this takes a while, as pretty much everything in mad science does, especially the transistors. But we have, let's see, plenty of eggs, and we have our fresh werewolf gene, our werewolf genome. So, if I just stick that there, stick this there, and flip, it is very... actually kind of rapidly heating up, so eventually that's going to start moving. Now, there's a variety of creatures that you can make in mad science, and we might try and get through a couple of them, because there's one or two that I'd really like to see just sort of roaming around the well a bit, if I can make sure that they're not going to just continually try to maul me. So let's see, there's the werewolf, there's the creeper cow, who is immune to my normal radius of creeper scaring, there is the woolly cow, which I don't have much use for, but it might be interesting to try at least. There is the Shoggoth, which is like a tentacle monstrosity, so we almost suddenly have to make that. Let me see, there's the Enderman plus skeleton is the Wither skeleton. There is also the zombie villager. There is also the skeletal horse, which you are unable to ride. Unfortunately, you kind of need to kill death and get binky for that. And there's also the zombie horse, same issues. We can also get the ender squid, which is an altered version of the enderman, with a slightly bluish tint. Doesn't really change too much otherwise. And there's the ender slime. The ender slime is useful for making Mad Science's own mining equipment, which is known as... let's see, I believe it's called the Thumper? Assuming that I can find it anywhere around here. I think it's basically the thumper. It might be the sonic locator device. Yep, there it is, the thumpers. Used in recipe for the sonic locator, builds up energy in the goop that is in these thumpers, which was collected from the Ender Slime mod. So, you give that, a bunch of gravel, and you tell it to mine, give it a ton of power, and it will routinely pump out a brand new type of, a brand new piece of ore, whilst simultaneously emitting what is basically an insta-death beam. Like a pulse, a loud pulse. If you've ever played Half-Life 2, the thumper is what keeps the antlions away. So, yeah, how are we doing over here? 64%, 65, 66, we're counting. So the other thing that you're able to do with mad science is, let me see if I can find it, you're able to make memory reels. So, basically, these are from different kinds of villager, and you use them inside of the cryogenic tube, which harvests electrical power from villagers' memories. As you can see, requires blocks of iron, computer component, power supply, and dry. Fairly cheap, but the amount of power that you get depends on the amount, like the amount of like interesting life experience. So let me see. I think librarians, yep, best data recorded. Each bit is unique and packed ideas and experiences out of this world. Whereas if we, ding, werewolf's done. Whereas if we go to the farmer, filled with the same repeating patterns over and over. Not so interesting, really. We can also make an announcement system which uses sort of the Half-Life 1 announcer like dealy, so that's pretty interesting. We could make an M418 pulse rifle, which is a reference to the series, to the franchise Alien. It's nice, but it like takes forever to actually craft it. It is very small, like clip size, and it doesn't honestly do all that much damage, so we probably won't bother with that. But yeah, you can record the memories of the different villages that you put into these things using the spawn eggs, so you can quite happily generate new ones. Okay, so that gets us our werewolf. We can apparently make an infinite number of werewolves, which is pretty nice. But let's take a look at our werewolf here, see what he's like. Ooh. You're looking pretty nice. So you're gonna wander around at least? You're gonna look around at least? No? Look, it's your favorite. It's a full moon. Don't you just want to howl at it? No? No? Okay, fair enough. I'm still taking a screenshot of that because you look awesome. Yeah, so he doesn't have like a sack skin, which, yeah, I'm kind of okay with. His head seems to be a little wonky with his muzzle by the looks of it. But as you can see, he is non-hostile. Doesn't really do anything. If I even take all my stuff off, he's not going to attack me. Yeah. And he has 25 health, which is still more than a player does. Oh wow, my arm is getting beat up. Ugh. Good thing it's immortal, huh? But yeah, so that's that. I'm going to grab a safari net, because I want to know if I can auto-spawn you. For, you know, research. Like, more or less nothing inside of Witchery can be auto-spawned nowadays, which is a little bit of a pain. So it's nice to know there's at least one thing inside of Mad Science that can be. Hey. But yeah, I'm going to tinker around with that a bit more, and my main goal is to try and search out for some new genetics that I can, like, spring out of them. Because all of these guys are, like, these are two big mods that are, like, very much into the field of genetic modification and alteration and recombination and all that. And if there's anything inside of Mad Science that I can add to my own genetic structure, then I really want to find what it is. So I'm going to be doing that mostly off camera, because it's going to be a lot of trial and error. But I'll let you know if I find anything. So the next thing is, when we had our friend the imp around, I eventually managed to get this from him. So Torment, read this text in a circle of standing stones, beware its explosive entrance. And this is how you talk to Barry. Now I haven't spoken to Barry in an absolute age, but I figure we might as well at this point in time, because yeah, no, we're kind of low on like visitors to the server lately. Even though we're making such wonderful progress, my Gravens are all doing like such wonderful work, keeping an eye on people. But other things that I want to just talk about quickly before I head off to the standing stones we need for that. Famcraft is probably the next thing that we're going to be working on. So I haven't really touched this room too much. I got this like on an auto watery thing now, not unlike our kettles. And what I'm mostly interested in with that is, let me see. There we are, the Talisman of Remedium. This removes negative status effects very rapidly. So if I get this, then I'm not just resistant to poison, I'm immune to it, essentially. I'm also immune to Wither just by general stat. Like, I can't get the Wither effect, we know that. But, like, basically any negative effect you can come up with, it will not work on me anymore, for more than a second, basically. And that is probably going to be a bit of a pain to get. Let's take a look inside the Pharmanomicon. So let's see, that's part of pharmic tinkering. And let me see, what does it look like? What does it look like? Talisman of Remedium. Moderate instability. Requires smoky quartz, night ore, which is fairly easy, honestly. And an ender pearl. The smoky quartz we need to make from charcoal and nether quartz. And then we can turn that into smoky quartz blocks, as well as smoky quartz slabs. It's a fairly nice little building material, but it's actually kind of easy to get. The main trouble is that we're going to need all of these different things here, so 10 Victus, 10 Sano, 10 Instrumentum, 20 Humanus, and those aren't primals, so that's kind of a pain, but we'll try. And also moderate instability, which means that this whole structure here is going to be going haywire whilst we're trying to do all that. But I'll poke around inside of pharmic tinkering and other sections of that to see if there's anything else that we can potentially add to our arsenal. And then, in terms of people wondering, how I fare in open combat, not too well, honestly. If I'm the one on the offensive, I can't really do very much. If people are trying to hit me, then as we know, they can get teleported under the bedrock and fall into the void. But that's only if they're hitting me. That's only if they're stupid enough to actually be hitting at me. So we'll have to, investigate various parts of that. But let me see. Got my usual stuff. Got my white stones. Got my regalia on. Got my genetic bow. I got my grand panaceas. I got my flux infused sword, which I still need to get looting on, honestly. But we'll deal. Whoop. Oh, and it's sunny. Barry hates the sunlight. He's gonna have me a right mischief. So the homework was to go and watch 2006's The Host, not the Stephanie Meyer movie, which I heard varying reports was either the follow-up movie or the original story, but I am pretty dang certain that I remember it being said often that Stephanie Meyer had written nothing before she wrote Twilight. And honestly, that line of logic makes the most sense to me, and it's not something I'm particularly interested in researching heavily. Because Stephanie Meyer is a hack. But, yes, anyways. So, you need to come to one of these places. This has been fortunately looted already, but the actual structure is intact quite nicely. And if I stand over here, must stand in the dead center of a stone circle. My frames are actually taking a punishing beating around here for some reason. Okay, so, in... Thank you. So, I stand here, and I hold on to this sigil, and we should happen... Must stand in dead center of a stone circle. I am in dead center of a stone circle. Is it because there's these 2 blocks missing? Is that it? Is that what it doesn't like? Alright, fine. Let me see if there's another one of these around here. There should be. Not too far away. Beep-a-dee-ba-doo. Just while I'm looking for this. So, The Host is a horror movie, but it's not done in remotely the same kind of style as more or less every other horror movie to date. Okay, so there's our target. Let me see if there's anything nearby that I could use. Nah, not really. Is this anywhere near anybody else? Nah, not really. Okay, so we're headed far west. Map. Map 42C the places. Okay, I believe it's this way. So, the first, notable change that the host makes in the standard monster movie, thing where there's a monster prowling in the streets at night, is that it gets rid of the night part. So, Goemul, as he's known, or as the creature is known, I don't know if we have a definitive on its, gender, appears in broad daylight. There is absolutely no bones of contention on what this thing looks like. You see it in extreme, excruciating even detail, throughout the course of the entire movie, quite often in extremely brightly lit locations. This is a nice, ready location. The second thing is that it doesn't have any meaningful intellect. It's just an animal. It doesn't actually have, any, evil, villainous goal of any, sort to speak of. It's just looking for food. That is the extent of its malice. It is just an animal. And what's more, it's a familiar animal. It's an animal that we've created. The greater evil that actually rests in the story of the host is in fact the government that's trying to cover the whole thing up. And what on earth is this cow wearing? You're wearing a cake hat, sir. I hope you know how ridiculous you look. Anyways, so yeah, the bulk of like the evil that we could define inside of the host is from the government, who are covering things up, or saying there's a virus, or like saying you need to be decontaminated, all this stuff, which is, if anything, probably most likely they're hedging their bets rather than like taking the chance that there might actually be any of these components in place. The location of this is, I believe, South Korea, so there's the occasional like possible issue to be contemplated. Let's see, force chance, pumpkin seeds, some coal, we might need that later. Wooden TNT cuts, I'm not really particularly interested about those. Okay, so if I stand here, I must stand in the center of a stone circle. This is... Hi there, go away. This is totally a stone circle. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Is it because this is here? Because I can make this go away. This is gonna be kind of annoying, isn't it? Get rid of this. Is it night? No, it's broad daylight. So you're just being pains for the sake of being pains. Okay, fine. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna get to meet Barry. And it's been absolutely ages. And I have my particles turned off, or else we'd be seeing fire by now. Hang on, let me just turn those on for you. Okay, so we go. Seeing fiery smoke. Hi there, how are you? Fire. And you're about to have a real bad day, boy. Or madam, I guess. There we go. So there is Barry. Barry Torment, Lord of Torment. 500 health, which is honestly kind of like meaningless considering we took down Death last episode with like 1,000. Get back here. And just, yeah, look at that. Also, I timed it. We actually managed to take down Death in, like... you can laugh what you like. We managed to take down Death in, like, under 2 minutes, from 1,000 to 0. Okay, this might not have been the best place for you, Barry. But, you know, we're both having fun. Like, there's a lot of, like, nice people to aim at around here, so that's good. I actually could almost just wait for him to, like, pretty much die from the poison on this. Oh, Barry, you've started a fire. Barry, that's not very nice. Like, people have to live around here. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, they probably don't really deserve much to live. But anyways, I was wondering if you could, like, give me the hotkey to, like, access your place. Because it's been ages since I visited Torment. And, you know, it's like, you go asleep for a few centuries, probably. I really don't know anymore. And you just, like, lose all of your keys in, like, some dank hole. So, if you happen to know a way into Torment, would you mind sharing it with me? Oh, great, thank you. There we are. So, welcome, everyone, to Torment. And, oh boy, that's his very high slowness. Is that going to reset? No, it's going to stop eventually. Okay. So Torment is Barry's dimension. As you can see, it is an endless maze, and we kind of just need to work our way out around here. And it's actually a fairly decently made maze. It's more time-consuming than anything else, and there's a lot of things here that we can't normally do. For example, some mice doing in here for some reason. Barry, you need to clean up a little bit, mate. Actually, yeah, that does go pretty far up, just in case you happen to be capable of doing that. Nope, this looks like a dead end. This is going to take a bit of a while, so I might accelerate this footage. But anyways, Torment is where Barry hangs out, usually. His wife, I think, might be at her bridge club today, which is, you know, a shame. Like, Regina Torment is, like, a lovely woman, makes absolutely gorgeous scones. Delicious. But, you know, Barry's a pretty cool guy. Fairly, like, minimalist design. Like, he loves his repeating patterns, but he likes to keep things plain and simple, as you can see. Let's see, where's this going to end us up? This is going to... I think end us over there. Yeah, good. Just exercising my knowledge of, like, A-star pathfinding algorithms there. Ah, I can see chests down here. I wonder if there's, like, places we can go down. Or those might just be there to tease us, who knows. Okay, around here. This would actually be slightly easier without the spider genes that make us climb, whether we want to or not. But, yeah, we're making good time here anyways. So yeah, Goemel mostly focuses on one small family, which includes an idiot, who, like, undergoes brain surgery and then actually becomes fairly competent. And in their bid to try and rescue their... Yeah, there are some chests around here, but I guess we can't get to all of them. In their bid to just sort of, like, rescue one of their own. And what then transpires is that they basically have to stage a small coup against the government, who are doing their best to, like, keep everything contained and quiet and, like, out of the papers, I guess. Although, like, hell, they're going to be associated in that these days. Let me see, I want to go to the right. No. The left? Maybe not either of those? Maybe I should just work out from, like, the center, just to figure out where I can go from there. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain. Meanwhile, Mary's just gonna heal up, because, you know, it takes a lot out of him. And then there's, like, this fantastic final scene. The monster is not remotely immortal, but there are very few attempts actually made to kill it, because the government is confusing the issue all over, as governments tend to do. Okay, so let's see from there. It runs over there. I think we have to end up over there, maybe? I'm not sure. Or we could try something, like, really easy and just sort of end-a-prol our way. Which I probably should have done, like, ages ago. But hey, Barry! How you doing? Great to see you. It's been a nice trip, but unfortunately, I do kind of have to, like, head out. We've got a lot of stuff to get done. Also, you, like, dude, you really need to, like, work on your aim. You're still kind of terrible. But anyways, I will catch you next time. And everybody, your homework is to go and check out the movie American Werewolf in London. Somebody suggested that I might check out the Babadook, which I might do for next episode. But this episode, it's just gonna be... Oh, I think that was one of... Yeah, that was my shoes breaking. Dude, you're, like, wearing out my footwear. But we'll check out Babadook, like, next time, probably. We'll see. I find a lot of, like, different interesting movies. And Barry is going bye-bye very soon. There we go. Okay, so, Soul of a Torment Demon, Demon Heart, Unbreaking Free. You could have given me a better book, dude. Jeez. That's going to let me send people to Torment with the Mystic Branch if I ever want to, which would be kind of handy, because I can probably get out of here much easier than they can. And I just need to, like, work my way over to here again. And I guess I could maybe check out some of these places up here. Maybe check out some other chests, but we'll leave those, because, you know, they're Barry's property. And we wouldn't want to spoil our relationship with Barry. But, with that, I shall catch you all next time.